Press conference, so let's talk about it. And first up today in the press conference is Callum Patterson. Hello and welcome to this video. If you could like, share and subscribe to the channel, much appreciate it. Liking helps the algorithm, sharing gets in front of people's face, and subscribing let me know you like the channel. Hit that notification bell to let you know when videos go live. Even though I think the notifications are a bit bugged at the minute, so keep an eye on my Twitter where video will go show when video go live as well. So Callum Patterson have been speaking to the media in the press conference bit today, and it's very interesting the stuff he's been saying. It was interesting to hear him speak to the Star and just general journalists, and how he says he gives 100%. The way you see how he plays on the pitch is the same way he plays in training. Bundle people over. I like the line, even if it's a cinema, shopping, I'll bundle people over. And the thing is, there was a big energy boost. As soon as Callum came on the pitch, the energy shifted. It shifted slightly. And you know what? It was really nice to see because he was going for everything. And like I said, there was a bit in that game where no one was pressing the keeper and he just went, sod it, I'm going to do it. I'll press the keeper then. And it just shows you that's the kind of person we need in and around the team right now while we're in the position we're in. And it's going to help us a lot if we're still using that kind of pressing motion to get it all sorted. So we really need to utilize that. He spoke about how when he was injured, he had a couple of days being like, yeah, I'm injured, and then go back to being more positive. He said how he got better at managing injuries. He's better to come back quicker from it. And this is something we have seen. He's very, very good at when he does get injured, his recovery rate is better than most. It's very, very rare you hear that Patterson's out for a while where he don't come a month or two earlier than they expect. And that credit to him and how he looks after his body and how he sorts stuff out like that. But he went on to something quite serious. We've been talking about he's had a couple of concussions over the years. And it was basically saying how he understands it and in the sport that they're in and he don't want it. And the whole thing, he hopes he don't get that many anymore because they're not nice. But that's because the way he plays. The way he plays causes him to have a lot of concussions. And that's just the nature of the game. It's like, if you want to not have concussions, don't go and head the ball as such, or don't have those things where we go for it in the box. I understand it. It's part and parcel of the game. It's a contact sport at times, so it's going to happen. Also, he spoke about how the players who were at the final could help. The question was basically saying, do you think the player could help? He said a lot of them are older players who are helping the young players out as well. And it'll be good to see what we can do. They're only thinking about these 4 games. They're not thinking about anything else. They want to have a better start than they did on Tuesday night, on Saturday versus Stoke, because last night results all went in our favour. Like, literally every result went in our favour. It was the one night where you finally saw something and you went, hang on, that's good. Because they mentioned to him about them being in mid-table form. He said, that's not really something we think about. We're just trying to go from one position to the next, because he said, we just will go higher than what we are now and then higher again. The 4 games, so we've got 4 games to do that in. Because right now, as it stands, Huddersfield and Wednesday are both on 43 points. Plymouth on 45, Stoke on 46, Blackburn on 46, Mill on 47, QPR on 47, and Birmingham just below us on 42. It went on to talk about a contract situation. Said no one at the club's talking about it. No one's been to talk to him about it. It's not something they're focusing on. He's enjoying his time at Wednesday. It's not something that's going to get talked about at all. Their focus right now is on the table and on trying to get out of this league. Not get out of the league, stay in this league, sorry, and not get relegated. He don't want to go back down to League One, ideally. And they're just concentrating on staying in the Championship, and that's about where they're at the moment. So, really good presser from Patterson. I always think Patterson beats really well. He's very funny and likeable chap as well when he's on with press. And he's just a down-to-earth, nice guy. So, yeah, I thought it was a really good one, and we'll see what Danny's got to say. So let's talk about Danny's part of the press conference then. He said we need to keep going. We need to force the question and be good at our jobs and how we get done. He said how vital the goals in the second half were and how we needed to get the points on Saturday and be a little bit better in front and be stronger and do our homework when it comes to Stoke and have the chances and come close. And he used the phrase coming back from the dead a little bit, and it's right. They asked how big an influence Pato was. He said he's a good player. He likes how he plays. And he spoke about when it was Cardiff versus Southampton, so he does know it. He said he shows how the effect can help and how Callum does it for us, and said how it's better for the team. He kind of made the point saying that we kind of started at a little bit of a disadvantage to everyone else because 46 game in the games himself, and since he come in, it's been about 36 games ish. So we've been playing catch up. He asked about playing out from the back. He said we need to improve on it as a team. The small little details that we need to do better on. And he said, but he also said that he can adapt if something's not going right, and he did that at the game versus Norwich. But he said he got principles how he wants to play. He said it's very important to play strong, and we need to stay together. And he said if we take our chances. He was very measured in the press conference. One of the things I've noticed of late, he's been very interesting with how he's saying his answers. He's not as jovial as he'd like to be. He got asked about some of the injured players, and he said they'll see tomorrow and see how bad they are. He said with Pervader, his injury is a serious one and they're not too sure. It's all those little details they need to look into. He could be back. He could not be. It's how they handle it from now. He said he liked how they defended corners versus QPR. And did a lot better than they have done in the past. And he said he liked that, but he also said it was good to see us get a goal from set pieces, and that Chris and Tomo have been dealing with that, which is good. He got asked about the Tony Pulis comment. He said he was surprised that when they came on, he didn't say, "Hi, Tony," which Alex went and did when Alex came on to question. He said he talks about team. He says about John coming back into games. He found a way to come back into the game. He said he's not really going to talk about anyone else. He watched the Stoke game last night, and he's seen how he needs to do something and just force things. He also mentioned that the West Brom game will be interesting. He'd like to get the 3 points there, go for all 12 if we can, because the next day after the West Brom game is his birthday. He had a right smile when he said he'd like to win the next 12, but he also mentioned how he liked how Callum said they're going for all the points and stuff. As I said, Alex came on and said, "Hi, Tony." It was interesting. He said it's really good to see how everyone's involved. He said how Session Lands is a huge part of it in what everyone's doing and trying to get everything sorted. He said he wants to learn the Chris Powell dance move because he knows that only happens when we win. And what else did he say? And it basically a lot of this was just about being together and just concentrating ourselves and setting that winning mindset that he's picked up at Bayern Munich. And if he starts creating that and getting that sorted, we'll be fine. It was very measured by Danny. And I think the last couple of press conferences we've had have been very measured indeed. And I think that's something he needed to do a little bit. He needed not to get too high, not get too low, have a little bit of a joke and a thing, but realise that it's serious. I always like how Danny speaks in press conferences. I'm not going to lie. It was good. We have to go to the next game now. Stoke City at home. Big game. Big game. Then we got Blackburn Rovers away on the Sunday, West Brom again at home, and then Sunderland. We just got to play how we know how to play, and once we do have an issue that happens, manage to fix it quickly and not have a case of the Middlesbrough game again. And if we can do that, we can stay up.